a normal appointment.
Yeah, it was a normal appointment, man. No worries.
Oh, okay. I
Get
thought
a,
you were sick.
no, no, no. Let me get a taller seat because I choose the short one. That's much better. Yes, I choose
Hey,
it.
did you play the guitar?
Did you what?
Did you play the guitar?
Do I play the guitar? Yes, I used to play. I used to play. Now, not anymore. I don't play guitar anymore. Just I'm too lazy. No, I just don't have the talent for it. I'm just doing it. Sometimes I just play the guitar for fun. For sometimes it's just a way to get out some stress or yeah to yeah I'm not doing it any seriously. I stopped learning a long time ago. I think I've taken a couple of classes. Well, I took a couple of classes in the past. I use past simple because I don't think I'm just gonna do it anymore. So so I took a couple of classes of classical guitar.
I
Um,
I have one too.
yeah, do you play?
No. Well,
I
I when I bought it, I start like very seriously,
okay.
but because I was in vacation in last December, so I had plenty of time. I learned to play two songs, "Hero" from Enrique Iglesias, and I don't remember the name of the other song.
Okay.
It was very good, but now I forget everything. I wanna start it again, but I have to start until December.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the thing is that you can't sometimes you cram up a lot of stuff in your life and you cannot do it all at the same time. And then you get frustrated because you didn't do it because you stopped doing it. But the truth is we don't have much time in general, like human beings. And half of the time we are requested to work for living. So at some point it becomes I remember when I was taking classical guitar. I started taking classes when I was 20, so it's very old to take classes of guitar. And because he always liked my hands. It's like, oh, you have fucking long fingers. I would do wonders with your long fingers. And he said that and obviously I asked him if I had any future with it. And he said very very kindly and very diplomatic. He said, well, you need to practice. You need to learn more and more. You have to study more. But I approach it with a this myth that you can't play an instrument. Only you would have to start it at a very young age. Otherwise, you're not gonna make it as a musician if you're not talented. And he said, well, that's a half truth. Is not real because you can have your talent there, and then one day you pick up a guitar when you're 20 and you realize that you're a freaking genius. uh, so it's not real in that sense. But he says more than that. It's like classical music or music in general. They require a lot of time to practice. And grown-ups or adults, they don't have that time. They have kids, they have marriages to attend. They have
That's
work,
why
they
I
have
don't want to get
projects.
married.
Yeah, no, neither I am. But
I I want to be single all my life.
yeah, I don't know if I definitely don't want to have kids, but I still don't know in on the marriage side. um I don't know. I don't think, this is very politically controversial to say this, but I don't think that I don't believe in monogamy. I don't think we are monogamous as an species. No, not men, not women. I don't think humans are meant to be monogamous. So I think the whole marriage thing is just forcing
Can you explain me What is the word?
monogamous monogamy.
Monogamous. I heard that word and I used to know what that mean, but I forgot it totally.
Oh no, it's just the how do you say the configuration of one unique partner for life. So like for example, penguins.
Right.
Penguins are monogamous. they they mate.
Because there's people who have lots of couples and that's okay. And also there's people who shares their couple
Yeah, they have
polygamy. Yeah,
monogamy and polygamy.
polygamy.
Yeah, yes. Oh well, polygamy is basically just many couples or many partners, and the term that is now approaching because they in the back in the 70s and the 80s they become very controversial thing, but also a trend. Like people wanted to have open relationships, and they have one or other couples and partners, and they can switch and all these on the 80s. I think it was the 70s and 80s were the time for sexual liberation in especially in the United States, but I think it's spread out throughout the world. But lately, well, back in the 90s, there was another trend, and it was the open marriage. The open marriage thing. It was like a transpolation from the sexual liberation from the 70s to the modern couples. Like, yeah, you can have couple, but you should be open minded and let your wife shag another guy, and you could do the same. And it didn't work very well because not even in the European societies that worked pretty much well. There was a lot of things involved, psychological things or aspects that they were not taken into account at the time of doing these kind of settings for that kind of open marriages. And then, but now in the last 2 years, a term has become very popular. That is, I don't know how to write it. Poly polyamory. I think it's polyamory. I think it's like that, but I'm not sure about the. Probably it's with a Y at the end. I don't know. The thing is, you could love someone else. So the concept, the
I
concept.
mean, I could love two people at the same time.
I think more than two people. I think we were meant to love many other people, and this is a very spiritual concept, and it is
That's
not. And I don't think it has great ambitions to be, like a new configurations or a new setting for couples or families. I think it's just a concept, and I think as a concept it's actually very interesting because it says like, yeah, not only you could love other people, that is most likely that you would love another more than one person. And in this sense, at least even if you decide to be monogamous, I think at least you have that, you have been freed from that self recrimination and social recrimination from society, and your own recrimination. Like, oh shit, I'm thinking about I'm thinking about my neighbor, which is really hot, and my wife is here, and then you feel really bad about it. And I think this concept opens up, or let's say it breaks the paradigm that you should only love one person, which I think It's just absolutely romantic. And when I say romantic, I'm talking about the literally movement in the 19th in the 19th century. And I think romanticism, it was a very good reaction to the whole rationalism of the time, but it creates several demons that we haven't been able to master. There are demons to master. My God, it sounds so strange. But yes, that's the whole point. Romanticism was a very good literary and artistic current, and but it brought with it a lot of false beliefs, and people just cemented in their cultures like monogamy as a concept, like you could only love one person, and you're only and that person, it should be absolutely for you, yeah, like your other half, they say in English. Your other half, or media naranja, right? Your
Yeah,
other
but
half, or your soulmate, or your I don't know, your significant other. I love those words that are really really romantic, and but I'm not saying it in the nice way. It's just they are ridiculously, and they are not realistic. They are not really what life it is. We love people. I love a lot of people. So I love my girlfriend, and I probably marry her. I don't want to get married, but yeah, she wants. Probably I do, but but I'm completely sure that, and I think I have decided to be monogamous, but I'm absolutely sure that I'm going to become in love at some point or other. I'm gonna fall in love with another person, and I think it's normal. I think it should be accepted. Okay, whether you wanna act on it or not, it's your decision. Whether you want to go and have an affair is your decision. But I think at least we should accept the fact that we are going to fall in love, that we not only can fall in love, but you most probably will fall in love with another person, even if you are deeply in love with the one you are. And I think the polyamory thing is just the concept is a very strong, well-founded theory. And I think and I don't think they are trying to like I said before. I don't think they are trying to to reset society, to say, oh, we all we should all love each other and live in a big house, and we can all share wives and husbands. I don't think it's that. I don't think it meant that, but I don't know what they meant with it. But I don't think, for me, it means it's just it's a way to incorporate several biological aspects of human beings. We are apes at many layers. We are just apes, and apes are not monogamous. They are polygamous, and there are only a couple of species in nature that are monogamous. But I think,
sorry, Donna, you say eight. There's a politician in my city, in Ocaña,
yeah.
that its name is Abe Morales. I think so. And I always that I read it, I laugh of it because it's a Abe Morales, like Simeon Morales.
That's fun. How do you write it? How do you write it?
What?
How do you spell ape? Well, the politician's name.
AP. Oh,
A P E.
APE.
Oh my
APE. Up.
god.
Yes.
That's so funny. Literally, it's ape. Oh my god. He should
Yes.
he should had his name changed.
His
At some
mother
point.
didn't know English. And
Yeah.
I think he doesn't either because if it were me, I will change my name.
Yeah. If you were you,
The
yeah.
good thing is that almost no one can or know speaking English, so it passed like um Oh, I don't know how to say. Pasa desapercibido.
It just blend in. It blend in, or just goes
Not
unnoticed. You can say blending. Blending is when you apart when your appearance is not drawing attention. Okay, so blending es mezclarse un
Can
poco.
you write it, type it, please?
Blend like licuadora. Blending. Yeah, blending. And um, y otro pasar desapercibido is like go unnoticed. Noticed. Go unnoticed. No, like it's another way to say, and I think you can use it in different
Context.
contexts. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. These concepts are a little bit
Maybe if I talk to him, I would laugh a lot.
like
Hey, how are you?
yeah, definitely.
We will
Okay.
say this one's crazy.
Yeah, probably. I don't know who was he thinking. What was he thinking? Because at some point someone must have said to him that, "Come on, man, that means simio in English." So
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe he's like, "Okay, I love my name and I don't care what it means," which is good. But probably no, I honestly don't think that he has gone his entire life without anyone having told him that his name meant.
Maybe he is English teacher.
Sorry, at least, yeah, at least, yeah. I don't know. I think he decided, but yeah, if I were him, I probably would have had my name changed. At least one letter. You can change one single letter and it changed completely the
Yes.
have come with Abe. It's like short for Abraham, which is good, and I don't think nobody in Ocaña would notice. Yeah, I like Abe or Abe. They don't care. All right. Anyways, okay. So we were talking about present, the wonderful present perfect and past simple, and how tricky it could be. Okay, so you have any questions about the things that we did yesterday?
Not really.
Not really. No. You haven't thought much about it, have you? There you go. Let's finish the web
Hey,
chat.
how old did you say that you are?
How old did I say I am? Me?
Yeah, you.
I'm
I
40.
forget
I'm pushing.
because you're approaching 40, right?
No, I'm already
No.
over the I'm already over the fence of 40. I'm turning 41 in the next month. Yeah,
Because
no, in the next 2 months.
you look like in your 20s, like 28 or 9. I don't know. That's how I perceive you.
No, I use the lighting to to create that effect. But no, I'm old. I'm just getting old. I have wrinkles in my forehead, but I'm just using the light to disguise my wrinkles. And I have these how do you say in English? Crow feet. Crow's feet. Ah, right. Crow's crow's feet. Okay. And in Spanish is patas de gallina. In English is patas de cuervo. Right. But I have those
Uh,
crows and I have the smile lines.
I
Very
do when I smile, when I laugh.
yeah. No, I think it's normal.
Even I remember that once my mother told me that I was getting old so fast because when I laugh, I get the crow's feet.
The CrossFit, yeah, but I don't. There was a
and
point.
because and because here,
Yeah, I don't know. I have become less and less. How do you say? Aware of my looks. I think in my 20s I was very how do you say vain, for a lack of a better of a better word. I was vain. I like to I take care of my hair, and I had all kind of treatments in my hair, and I did masks, or apply creams on my face and all kind of shit. And I was so self-conscious because I got a lot of acne. And so yeah, I think in my 20s I was a little bit um self-conscious about my looks, or my especially my face. But after the after as I approached the 27th birthday, I start becoming more and more chaotic in my life. So I think I stopped paying attention to my looks. I just didn't care anymore at some point. Every now and then, especially when I'm starting to date a person, when I'm starting a date to dating a girl, I get a little bit self-conscious. I start like putting creams, or yeah, hair creams on my hair and things like that. But I now I don't have I don't have the physical energy to pay attention anymore to my hair. I had my hair very long, and I just cut it because it was terrible. I couldn't take care of it. So I didn't take care of it. I didn't want to take care of it. I wouldn't take care of it. I just didn't want to spend time just brushing my hair and just putting products in my head. Oh my god, it takes so much money and time that I said, oh, forget it.
Yeah.
So I just I yeah, I cut it short, super short, and I was so
Well,
happy.
the
I
thing is that you look very young, and being a teacher it helps you because they give you the collagen. I don't know how to say that. I'm right, collagen.
the collagen, the
The
collagen.
collagen. I
Yeah.
mean, they transmit it to you because all the teachers that I know, for example, the teacher that taught me classes when I was like 10 years old, I saw her right now and she looks the same. I mean, they never get old. They just
Okay.
die young.
That
But
is a good.
physically, they die young, and and being always in touch with kids, children, teenagers, that helps teachers to don't get old that fast.
Probably. I wish to. I hope. I want to believe that theory. I don't know. It goes both ways. I've seen teachers that they are completely smashed because the being a teacher, especially if you're a children's teacher, or a kids teacher, in primary grades, is very demanding, and it is absolutely is really hard. I respect a lot the people who actually take up on that task, because I wouldn't. But I did it a couple of times. I had to when I was very young, and I probably had more energy to spend with these little monsters. But usually it was very difficult. I took up like third graders and fourth graders. I think it was my courses. It was like four courses on absolutely. I went absolutely crazy. It was absolutely bananas. It was completely. It was a mess. It was 40 kids in a classroom. It was. I say you have to be a mind controlling telepath in order to control this amount of kids. They are just completely chaotic. And then you see these teachers that they are really patient, but also yet they are assertive, and they are so skillful. They are so skillful. I have nothing but respect for these people who actually teach little kids. Absolutely, it's something that is a very noble task, but it's a really hard undertaking, and I think they're underpaid for that. And I think Europe has better education policies on that. I think, um, and I think it's harder in England. At least in England, I heard of these teachers of yeah, third graders or primary grades. They got retired after 3 years because they were completely devastated, like mentally devastated.
Oh my
And
God.
some of them suffer panic attacks, anxiety episodes, all kind of depressions and things like that. So many of them were actually retired after three
Could you
years.
imagine they working in Colombia? Oh my God. They die.
They would die. They would die. I don't know. I think kids in Colombia are all together are just well behaved compared to the little bastards of other countries. I'm not gonna mention any, but yeah, they tend to be really a handful, and these guys are just magicians, man. I've seen them. They have so many strategies that is that if I had half or of the arsenal of resources that they had, I would be the perfect teacher in what I do. They are absolutely, you know, I don't know. I have absolutely respect for these people and admiration. More than respect, I have admiration, and I wish I had that in me, but I just it's really difficult. I had a little girl. She's 9 years old, and she drives me crazy every time I have to teach her. And I just like she makes me laugh, and I understand why they say, "Oh, this is the best job in the world." It's like really. No, I can think of three more better jobs than that. Uh, but I can understand the upsides of those of teaching children, which is like actually they you get silly a little bit, and then you get silly and funny, and you forgot that you could be silly because we are so focused on being serious and adults and grown-ups and being very serious about everything. And we take in English in English they have this great expression is when you take yourself seriously. uh, you take yourself too serious. I think that's expression. It means like you think too much of yourself, that every single thing that comes out of your mouth is pure gold. So like, oh my god, I'm so intelligent, I'm so intellectual. That is taking yourself too serious. And I think in Colombia, not only in Colombia, I think in humanity, as a grown-ups, as an adults, they are so focused on stop being silly and stop being stupid, and sometimes being silly and being yeah, silly. I'm not gonna use stupid as a word. It's just being silly is so fantastic. Yesterday I was teaching this girl, and and I she did something. She was just fooling around with well, she was knocking things off. She was not taking the class seriously, and I was so upset. Uh, so
I
as
had
she was,
one student like that last year in
yeah,
August
yeah, no,
because
this,
I was a teacher only in Saturdays of 6 kids, and one of them, oh my God, it was like a little devil.
yeah. I don't know. Like if I don't know. This girl is wonderful. I can't think of three other kids that I wouldn't take classes with these guys. But this girl is okay. It's fine. But yeah, sometimes they are full of energy. They have just some sugar before the class, and they are high on energy, and they make you crazy because you don't have that much energy, and so you try to match up the energy they have. And sometimes the best thing you could do with them is just try to direct the energy, which is where the skill as a teacher comes up in. It's just if you are really talented to actually to drive these kids in the right direction, then you could do great things, or you could be a wonderful teacher. But yeah, I think the upside, personally, I think as your personal gain in teaching children is that uh, or that possibility of being silly, of being a child again. And I was yesterday I was trying to do just a small game, and she was monkeying around for the whole desk, and she was making a mess of things. She wasn't taking seriously the class. I was just getting tired, and then she did something, and she almost knocked her sister with a with I think with a stool, with a little chair. I said, "Oh my god!" I said something. I don't even remember what I said, and she just cracks up. She started laughing. She started laughing, and she made me laugh, and we saw, like, for 5 minutes we were laughing. And I said, "Well, that was stupid. It was a stupid situation. I don't know what I am laughing so hard." And I think that contact with kids gives you that ability of laughing at really silly stuff, because that's the thing. Now we think that we
Teacher,
can't. Yeah, tell me.
sorry to interrupt you. Could you please give me 1 second? I'm thirsty.
Yeah, sure. I'm just gonna grab water too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hello, man.
hey, I'm back.
So yes, I think that's what they get out of. I think the opportunity of being okay, or just reacting sometimes as children, because we are too concerned to be grown-ups, to be adults, to be serious. And I don't know, I sometimes I don't see the point of being serious. This world doesn't make that, sometimes it doesn't add up, it doesn't make. I don't know what's the point of being serious about things. Sometimes I guess kids have the answer. I just don't know. What about you? Have you ever well, would you teach kids again?
Yes,
Would
yes.
you teach kids again?
Actually, I want to start with kids in elementary school. Firstly to improve my skills controlling them, and to improve because I have the conception, I don't know how to say, the belief, for say
Yeah.
so, that if I start teaching to children, to kids, I will improve my abilities in grammar, because while I teach to them, I will learn also the structure and all those things.
Yeah.
So I want to start first with kids, and maybe after a year, start again with teenagers.
The teenagers. Yeah, I don't know. I don't recall having my grammar improved with kids or either teenagers. I think Now, I think for me, it was the breaking point for with grammar was I said just my grammar sucks, and I need to change it. I need to improve it. I had the structures in my head, and I had different relationship came up, and there was nothing. There was no information you cannot find in internet, especially about grammar. And I think teaching grammar to kids might help you to remind your grammar, or yeah, the basic structures. But I think you only gonna get, or you're only gonna see a real change when you actually have this resolution. And I think the best way, or the best way to improve someone's grammar, and that's a personal comment, unsustainable opinion, unsubstantiated opinion. I mean, I haven't read anything or any books about it. That just my personal opinion gives me, my personal experience uh, drives this, or leads to this opinion. And I think grammar accuracy, as is put in some of the books, they it only comes with conscious conversation, a conscious conscious communication skills. And when I said that, is when speaking correctly is more important than what you're speaking. It sounds really silly. That's my personal opinion, just because it happens to me. Because even in this moment that I'm speaking, I'm thinking about my grammar. I'm thinking, what the hell? Something sounded wrong in that grammar, and just try to correct it. And I paraphrase all the time, and I didn't do that before. And I have taught English for over 10 years, and I don't think my English was good up until 3 years ago. So that's my personal view. I hope it doesn't discourage you from teaching kids, because is one thing you're gonna get there is just the best ability as a teacher that you ever gonna have. It's fantastic. These school teachers, these kindergarten teachers, and they have this ability, wonderful ability to not control. Let's not use that word, but to lead them into meaningful activities. That's the way. That's the best way. You shouldn't control these kids. They are not meant to be controlled. They are just little agents of chaos. They are not meant to be controlled. Uh, they're just, you can redirect that energy through to towards meaningful activities. Meaningful in the pedagogic sense, right? Meaningful in the sense that they learn, they acquire knowledge, they have some appropriation about on the knowledge, they own the knowledge, they get the information. So that at some point they just get new information. So I think that's fantastic. Unfortunately, I don't now that I speak that, I said, oh, I want to teach kids, but I don't think I have the energy anymore. I'm just too tired and too old for that, and I never had that ability.
Do
And
you
I think,
teach to teenagers or what?
oh, let's put it that way. I prefer to teach kids than teenagers. But I think teenagers are also a great source of great things. Just I don't connect much with teenagers. At least kids are like clean slates. They are just learning, and they already have some inculturation. But teenagers, they live in their own country. They have their own country, their own rules, their own presidents, and we are not in that exclusive club. So we're,
Yeah,
yeah, always I yeah, this girl I teach, she's 9 years old, and already make me feel older than my
you
grandfather.
are.
Yeah, So she makes me feel not she's not older. She makes me feel old. Okay, it's like, oh my god, I don't understand. I don't understand their programs. So weird. All these expressions, they almost speak a different language. That's what I'm saying. They live in their own country. They have their own rules. They have their own constitution. They have their own language. And we don't belong to that country. We need visa to get there. So I think it's much difficult, or for me, just because I'm not socially open to new adventures. I'm just, every time they invite me to know or to meet new people, I'm just like, a little bit reluctant, because I'm just I have become, with the years, I have become a little bit closed up. So I used to be more sociable. I used to be more to have more friends and stuff. Nowadays, I'm just a little bit more in the house, more indoorsy, and I think it's escalating. I think I'm just getting. So that's why I don't think I have taught teenagers, and I remember I was working for this company that I don't think I can mention because I don't want to make them famous. No, I was teaching for this company, and they always assign me the kids, the youngsters, the teenagers. How do you have? You're so good. I was so good because I was not pushing them at all. Just they were having good time. I make them laugh, and just, but they were not learning a great deal. They were learning some bits, but I didn't think, because or in that moment, and I think I still believe that they should know, they should learn something, and I don't think they didn't. I don't think they learned uh, enough. With me, I just, they have another. I sit with them, they talk about their stories, and not in English, of course. They were speaking in that Spanish that they speak. uh, and so I don't think I made great progress with them, but yeah, I was accepted. They always gave me the best scores in the teachers evaluation. And yeah, because I was nice to them. I didn't judge them. Sometimes I get angry at them. I just took some strong measures with them, but the next Saturday I was just having fun with them again. But I don't think I was working. I was working just. I don't think I was doing a good job with it. So on that, based on that sole experience, which was for 3 years or probably more, I don't remember. Based on that experience, I don't think I would be the best or the most suitable teacher for teenagers, because I tend to bond with them, despite I don't stand them. I can't stand them. But I tend to bond with them, and then I feel with them. Every time. Yeah, by the second class, by the second session, I was saying, I hate them. Just, I want to kill them. I literally want to just mow them down with a machine gun now, because I don't want to see them. They are terrible. They're not well behaved. They are terrible. They are just rude and willful, and oh my god, they were a nightmare. And by the end of the course, like 10 sessions later, I was saying, I was honestly feeling sad that I won't see them, that I wouldn't see them again. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna miss you, I'm gonna miss you. And I was really it's like, that's human beings in there. We are a bunch of contradictory feelings. So I don't think I was. Uh, I mean, the to make the story short, is just, I don't think I was making a good job. I was doing a good job. Sorry, I don't think I was doing a good job with them. I don't know. I was just another friend of them. I was more like a counselor to them. I could have worked as a psychologist in that institute, instead of teaching English. I wasn't teaching English. I was just listening to their problems, trying to get them solutions or trying to understand their side. So I think I was doing more like the job of a counselor or a psychologist in that institute with teenagers. There were some lovely small groups that we worked perfectly and they learned tons of things. And I say, oh my god, teacher in the, in the world. But in general, when I have more than 16, more than 20 students, teenagers, it was not, it didn't work. It didn't work at all. I was just trying to listen to them, and I'm being yeah, I'm being a teacher. No, no, not I was trying to be in a, I was trying being a teacher, but I wasn't. I wasn't. I honestly think I didn't do a good job with the teaching part. I think they have good time. Sometimes they have problems, and they they only felt comfortable telling their problems to me, and because I listened to them and just with no with no judgment. I didn't judge them, and yeah. But I think anyone could have done that. I think anyone with like a 10 hours counselor course would have done the same job. So I didn't think I do a good job as teacher or an English teacher, and I want to be an English teacher. I just want to do a very good job as an English teacher all the time, which is never it's never the case. But yeah, it's the ideal. Okay. For example, we should have been studying present perfect and past simple like half an hour ago, and we haven't back into the topic. Okay. Okay. Have you taught teenagers?
Yes.
How many?
Yes, last year it was a year full of new things and opportunities for me. It
Yeah.
was the first time that I taught teenagers. As I told you yesterday, I think so that they hired me because the Spanish teacher, she had a surgery on her lungs. So the principal told me that here you have the 11th graders and teach them what you want to teach them, something in English. And I was very scared, nervous. I was thinking, oh my God, what I'm going to teach to them. And well, thanks God, that was a good experience. They behaved good with me, and I learned from, well, not from them, but from myself.
Yeah.
But yes, that was very good. I felt like how to tell you, it feels very good to feel respected. Like you are the face. Um, I don't know how to tell you this. You know what I mean.
Yeah. I know. I know.
But that felt very good, and 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 I had to talk from sixth graders to 11, and that was very good. And the worst grade of all, it was seventh grade, because the students, they were
So
very rebel, but at the end they finished doing what I said, and that was
that's
good.
good.
And that was the grade that in somehow take me in a better way, because when the teacher of Spanish, she arrived, they that was very awkward, because when she got to the classroom, they said, oh, this teacher, don't go, we like with you better. And she was there, and I was there also. That was very uncomfortable,
All right.
but it felt very good.
Yeah. I guess. I guess. No. Yeah.
I really thank God.
Anytime I do a good class, like I really do a good class, that I know that oh my God, we're missing it.
Yes.
So every time I was doing that, like you know, like you did a great class, like you feel excellent. Or anytime someone tell you, "Oh, teacher, thank you for your classes," or whatever, it's just like it feels great. It feels great to do something right. And especially in my case, that in my previous decades, I had so much. Like I had made so many mistakes with my career path, that it felt nice to know that finally I found something that I enjoy doing, and I feel absolutely blessed, absolutely fortunate to do something that I enjoy doing, and I get paid for it. It's like the best thing you could do. Like I can say honestly that I can make much more money with translations, but it's not half as rewarding as teaching English or anything. I really I wish, probably one of my ambitions is to be able to teach something different than English. I would love to be able to teach science or science awareness or some philosophy or social sciences or some
But
sort, because I love.
you want to be all the time a teacher? Do you want to be?
Yeah, I think so. Honestly, I think so. It's always the money factor, just above the surface. You're always thinking about the money. You could do many things that could gives you, or it could be paid better, but I don't know. I honestly I can think I can only think of teaching as something that I really enjoy doing. I don't know. I wouldn't feel comfortable. Like sometimes I say, well, if I do my calculations. I say, well, I could live much better if I could only uh, devote myself to translation, because it pays better. He's It pays better. I don't have to get out. They usually, sometimes it's like a low season, and then you get nothing. But sometimes I make tons of money with only translations. And I say, well, I should just dedicate to that. I should just dedicate to translate because it pays better. But I cannot see myself doing that. I would miss. I am completely sure that I would miss uh, teaching English or anything if I only dedicated to translating. So in that sense, I think there are many things that I would love to do, but teaching definitely is one in my top five things that I do, and I do it only because I want it. That's why it is in top five, because I really want it. I really enjoy doing it. Yeah, you were on.
In my opinion, I think that being a teacher or teachers, that is the most important career of the world after or at the same time of being a doctor. But for myself, when I think of myself when I be in my 60s and still being a teacher, I think that it's sad. I would feel sad for myself, and I don't want to finish like a teacher. I mean, I don't want to die being a teacher. I want to be something much more interesting, or I don't know. I I would love to be a doctor because I don't know. I admire them a lot, and not because of how people treat them or all the possibilities that people give to them only for being doctors, but because of the knowledge that they have, of the people that they save and help, and and mostly because of all the knowledge that they acquired during their study and during their life while they put on practice what they learn on the university. But I want to learn that, but I think that right now I know that I'm young to start it, but I think that uh, I don't know. It's too late because I will finish being a doctor when I'm 30, and I don't want to. I want to start my professional life right now. I don't want to be a student anymore.
I know, I know. I just,
And
yeah, yeah.
and
Go
now
ahead.
okay, and now that I'm a little closer of the medicine thing, I think that yeah, it's nice, it's beautiful, but doctors they have to work a lot. They don't have
Mhm.
much time for themselves. They have to work 12 hours and well, they travel a lot because they in some parts from Colombia they are well paid. For example, here they earn very good money, but they have to work 12 hours every single day, and they only rest like 5 days at the month. And I don't want that for my life. I want to rest a lot. I want to earn lots of money, and I want to travel. And if I start being a doctor, I will not have that even if I specialize myself because specialists here in Colombia they have to work 15 days in a row without resting, so that is not a good life, I think so. Even though they earn lots of money, the the specialist that earns the less money earns like 20 millions per month, and that's a good, but they have to work a lot, and that is not good. So now I wanted to study to be an interpreter and translator, but I don't know if that is a good career for me, if I will have good opportunities of jobs and I will have time for myself. So now I'm thinking in a study to be rector. I don't know how to say that.
Yeah, principal. Principal.
Principal from schools because they have all the weekends free. They get to the school whenever they want and leave it whenever they want, and they earn a good amount of money and have the vacation of December, the 12 months, and John, and in all those vacations that teachers have. So I rather study that.
Okay. Oh, very. So you have it. You had it figured out, man. Excellent.
Yes.
Um. Yeah. So I was gonna ask you something. Okay. So have you already picked have you already picked an specialization? Like how do you call that? Like educational management or something? How do you become a principal or a school principal? What is the program that you have to choose, or a
Um,
post program?
I don't know what is the name, but there is one. When I see it again, I will tell you. My
Yeah.
my cousin, he was who told me this is the career that you have to study because his mother, she's a teacher and she is very close with the principal of her school, and he says that he went several times to her office, and she were with her feet laying over the desk and just playing in her phone, and and she get she gets to the school whenever she wants, and she leaves the school whenever she wants. So
Good.
it's a very relaxed job. So
Sounds
and
like this, man.
it's not long. The specialization is like 2 years, I think so.
Yeah. Oh,
But yeah, I
amazing.
want to study that.
Yeah, oh well, you should, man. That it should be something like educational management or administration, educational administration. But it should be something like that, and it sounds very interesting. Get time to it.
But last night I was thinking that if I manage to be a principal, I would like to teach classes in my school.
Uh-huh.
Just,
All right.
just because I don't want to forget my English because I really like this language and I want to learn lots of languages. I I want to be like those and trilingual, something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
I
I
know
understand.
lots of languages.
Of course. Yeah. No, it makes sense. It makes sense, man. Now you got me interested in the whole educational thing because I think it will give you the opportunity. It will give anyone the opportunity to be involved in education and the progress and the overall process. And you could do great things apart from the benefits of not working too much and having
Yeah.
holidays and
But
being well.
but the one thing that if I manage to be a principal and I will have that relaxed life, I don't want to be mediocre.
Yeah,
I will try to rise the school in which I will work hard.
yeah,
So so I don't want to be like the other principals that they just go and wait for their monthly payments, just doing
yeah,
nothing while the school is falling in pieces. And yeah, I don't want that because I think in myself and I think in my family because I will I will not like that my nieces study in a school where the principal be a mediocre person and
yeah,
do anything at all to improve the installations.
yeah. Nah, I understand, man. Totally. I
Yes.
no, no, I
And,
understand
and
that
I
you.
don't want to be sorry, and I don't
Not,
want to be as my resilience teacher. She is the most mediocre teacher that I have ever met in my life.
it's funny. It's funny that she teaches resilience, man.
Yeah,
A really
it's funny.
mediocre person who has dropped the ball apparently, and she teaches resilience. That's kind of ironic, right?
I feel sorry for her. Seriously, I do.
Yeah, well, everyone has problems, and we don't know much about the other people. They might have trouble, or I don't know. I try not these days, especially these days. I try not to judge much people because you tend to be extra hard on people, and usually that only how do you say this that only leads to being hard on yourself. So you start by being hard on people or judging hardly, judging people hard, and then you start judging yourself very very hard.
I I agree with you, but the thing is that how I tell you. I mean, I have tried not to judge her as I do because I do so bad. I am aware of it.
Yeah,
But the thing is that I have tried to contact her. I have tried to make
yeah,
her help me to make her realize that she's a teacher and I need help to understand, but she just ignore me. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
she's a teacher, and all the teaching that I have received in some way from my university, it leads to be a good teacher, to find ways to help my students to achieve a very good learning, and she doesn't do that, and even more because she's a resilience teacher. So that is like, I don't know, ridiculous of her, and that's why I don't know. I have tried also looking for excuses. So maybe I say she's very busy. She have other things to do, but I mean, in the whole month, I mean, I had 1 month to finish one task, and I have asked her um, in different days, and all the time she just ignored me and did nothing to help me or explain to me um, what I had to do, because the only thing she said, go and read the rubric, and you will find out what you have to do. And I go there, and the rubric, it doesn't say anything. It just does say what uh, what you will, um, I don't know how to say, the grade that you will receive if you have that performance. So
that's actually
what I will find there about the job, about the task that I had to do?
way. Yeah,
Nothing.
actually, the rubric only reflects the way that the teacher is going to grade your performance in the task. Actually, the task, it should be described in the guidelines, in the task guidelines, which is a different format. It's not in the rubric. That's another mistake. Another mistake of her. In the rubric,
Yes.
you won't find, you know
So
particularities or details about the task or the description of the task, because that's in the guidelines, not in the rubric.
yes. So I don't want to be like her when I be a professional person.
And yeah, there you go. Definitely, definitely. And I think being a principal or being a person that is in the administrative area, you could do a lot for education. All right, at
Yes.
least that's my firm belief that you could actually uh, contribute for education to be better. I'm trying to do a lot of things. I have so many projects in my head, and I honestly, funny you mentioned, because I think it's how I feel. Like, I'm really tired of being a student. I like studying. I'm an avid um, a student. I really like to learn things. Not a student. I'm an avid learner. I really like to learn new things, and I study thousands of things daily, and I really like to know about politics and philosophy and history and science and anatomy and medicine, and just like I can go on, arts, religions, like many topics. So, but I'm really really tired. I'm wary of the whole, turning in papers and dealing with teachers. Sometimes they are not really good. Like, your teacher is obviously not a good teacher. A teacher, main thing, you shouldn't ignore your students. That's the first thing that you should know. You could be mean to your students, and maybe that's okay, but you shouldn't ignore your students. That's the first thing. um but yeah, I'm definitely tired of being a student. I want to work, and I want to carry out some of the projects that I have in my head, and some of them are already in paper, and I just don't have time, because I'm turning in papers taking tasks and doing that kind of thing. For people, sometimes they don't read it. Honestly, honestly, I don't think your teacher is gonna read any of the things that you send. She's
Now,
honestly
now
someone
that you
very very.
mentioned, sorry to interrupt. Now
So
that you mentioned that she don't read the works, actually she doesn't do that. You know why? Because it's so funny because she, I mean, the last work, its grade it was 19, and I got 19 of 19. I mean the full grade, and she in the feedback she described like thousand mistakes, and if I would found those mistakes in a job, I would put like 5 points of 19, but she put me 9, and I say this is incoherent. It is, I mean, it doesn't make sense, and that's it.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, probably, man. I can tell you stories of how I realized that they don't read the papers. Not only from me and from this university, unfortunately, but from other very prestigious university, which I'm not gonna mention. But many teachers do that. Like they see, yeah, okay, you send it and they give you any grades, anything that comes out of your of the top of their heads, nothing, just they don't read that. There are so many others that they took the task and they actually do their jobs, and they read their students papers, and they grade them on very serious criteria, or at least their criteria, and they apply it, and they are very dedicated people. So it's not all of them, and there are fantastic teachers in UNAD, and there are fantastic teachers in many other universities, and but there are some other that there are not. And unfortunately, that's a reality. And there are so many teachers that they don't do their jobs. They don't want to do it. They are just tired of it. I don't know, halfway of their careers, they say, "Fuck it, I chose the wrong career," and they just roll with the punches because they don't know how to change careers, which is one of the things that I really admire. There are really few things that I admire from Americans. I there are not many things that you can admire from Americans, but one of the things that I do admire about Americans, they don't their culture is so chaotic that they are so in use of changing careers. They don't care. Okay, my career as a teacher bombed completely, went downwards, went south, and they change and they start doing something else, and then they find a calling or a vocation in doing that, and they thrive in that, and they don't they are I've met or I've heard many testimony of people and American people, which I don't usually promote. um, they have changed like 2 or 3 times career paths. I mean, completely changed. Like they were artists and they end up in the business world, and then they end up doing gardening, and they were dude they did, and every time they changed careers, they learned something. They evolved, or they grown as people, as they grown spiritually, or what I took from it. And in Colombia, it's not very much. It's like if you shows a program, if you shows a career path,
You
then
are
you
finished.
should die. You should die with that career. No, it shouldn't be. I mean, if you're not happy as a teacher, you're not happy as a teacher, it's okay. Just stop doing it. Don't do it anymore because you're hurting people. You're hurting the craft. You're hurting the the the, the teaching community. So just don't do it anymore. Just go ahead, find your vocation, find your calling, and then just go try something different. That's the thing. They keep doing it. Like, why? You don't like it. You hate this. Why would you do it? And that's a very Colombian thing, or at least Latin American, because we just like we married to a single career path, and then we are meant to die working in, either we like it or not. And I don't think it should be like that. Like, yeah, if you don't like it, don't do it. Just change very quick. Change your thing and just doing it. Another thing that is very, I'm not saying anymore that is Colombian or Latin American. I think it's a problem of the modern world. I think it's the modern lifestyle. It's just like we have to study for everything. Like, no, not only study, because you should study. You should study. Don't get me wrong. You should study for everything, but you should hold a certificate, a diploma, or something for every single thing that you want to do. And
Yeah.
I think is being this this view in a friend of mine who actually studies sociology. They say it was in Colombia, it's called like titulitis. Like, we want to have a title for everything, and I think it's hindering the whole society. I think hindering is damaging. It's hurting the whole society because it's not advancing as fast as it should. I mean, if I like to make flower arrangements, why should I need to go and get a certificate as a flower arranger or whatever is the diploma that I gave you for that? And there's a problem. Now there is a course for everything. And not only a course, because I love courses, and if you and you should pay if they are really good. But why you should hold a diploma for every single thing that you learn to do? I think I think I think in the past there were so many communities, or there are still so many communities that are probably more isolated, that they don't have this model. Like if you can do something very well and you're very well recommended and your job is recognized, then whatever, it's just like you're good at it. But now you're saying like, oh yeah, I like being a teacher. I probably want to be a principal, but I also like medicine. But the first thing that you said, that you were too old. Like, you're not too old. Even if you start now and you finish at 30, it's not too old. If you start in 5 years and you finish and you graduated as a doctor at 35, it's not too late. We need doctors. We don't care how old they are. Okay, doctors are needed everywhere. It's a false belief. I've met many people that they starting. Where I took the cat for the clinic, there was this guy. He was like 45 and he was doing his practices, his training practices in the veterinarian clinic, and he was like 50 something. I just 40, yeah, no, at least 50. He looked old. And I asked him like, how old, at what age did you start? No, I started at 40 something. I don't remember the whole thing. And he said like, I'm the happiest person. I worked. I don't think he was from here. I think he was from Panama or someone. And he said I worked as I think he was a lawyer. I think he was a lawyer or something boring. Sorry for the lawyers in the audience, but but he was doing something that he didn't like it, and he did it for 20, 15 years or 20 years, and then he said, no, I really like animals, I want to learn, and he started, and he was finishing his career here in Colombia because he was cheaper, but he was doing it, and it's amazing that you could do that, and I really admire people who had that in their hearts. I know nearby there is a veterinarian, and I'm sorry to say, but she's a bitch, man. She doesn't like animals. She likes money, but she hates what she does. Like, why do you do it? She likes doing cakes. Honestly, she does sometimes she gave you like a taste of a cake that she prepares. She loves it, and it's very good. Her cakes are good. And she's so mean to animals and to people who goes there. Like, don't do that. Don't. Why do you keep doing this? It makes you miserable. Go and start your own bakery or start your own cake business. Do something that you like. Money will come or not, but you will be happy at least. That's my thing. So please, if you're 30, and you say, shit, I want to be a doctor but I'm too old, please slap your face and say, no, I'm just gonna start studying. My 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 cousin, I just forgot that case. My cousin studied music and he's a great musician, and he's 27, and he started like 1 year ago. He started medicine, and he's probably doing well because he's kind of he's very dedicated, or he was very dedicated with his music. So I have no reason to think that he's not gonna be like that with medicine. So
Well,
so
I'm gonna take your advice, and if I achieve to go to Argentina, I'm gonna apply to study in there because there is free to study medicine, and
yeah,
here is very expensive.
yeah,
Like I heard that the daughter of the manager from the hospital here, he pays like 14 million for the semester, and I said, oh my god, where I'm going to find 14 millions? That's almost impossible.
no, no,
So,
that's stupid. No, no, no.
so
Go to one of these countries where they have medicine programs for free or very cheap or subsidiated or whatever it is, but get a scholarship or whatever. If you still want to be, you find it interesting, talk to doctors, go to a hospital, talk to uh, let them give you a tour of what a doctor means, and get informed. That's my only advice. Get informed of what you're getting into. That's the only thing. Once, if you've seen the whole thing, like you've seen the long hour, you've seen the job, you've seen the craft, the blood and everything, and you still want to do it, just don't let the age thing stop you or slow you down, or just uh, talk you or get you out of it. Just go for it if you still want it. Just age. It's like, no, it's not a deal. Now
you're right.
it's another sickness of modern world. Like, you have to be young. Still, you want to be a doctor, but you need to be a young doctor. What's the point? In 10 years, if you start medicine in 10 years, there are going to be more advances in medicine. There are going to be new technologies, new discoveries, new things, and there's a lot of things that you would be studying right now that it would be completely reevaluated. So actually, you're saving time of studying things that doesn't work, things that don't work. So see it that way. The more you wait until you start studying, the less in useless things you have to learn, because there are going to be new discoveries and new breakouts in breakthroughs. Sorry, my English. Breakthroughs in medicine. Discoveries, big discoveries, a breakthrough. So just keep that in mind. It would be great. I mean, and you're very dedicated and you're very smart for what I see. So just don't let the whole thing I'm too old, and because it's not. If you have the energy, if you want to do it, just go for it. I started this thing. I started studying when I was, I don't know, 30. I don't remember. I'm really old now, and I started psychology, and I said, fuck it, I don't like it. Just I'm sorry. Just like I really like to study about psychology, and I think it's very useful for you, but I don't want to be a consultant. I sorry, a counselor. I don't want to be a therapist. I don't trust this new therapy that I was studying. So I just quit. I just changed careers, or I changed career paths because I was already working as a teacher. I had started liking it, and yeah, it made sense in that moment. So go for it. If you still want it, don't let the age aspect or the age stigma to slow you down. And
I'm
please,
gonna take your advice.
please,
Believe me.
yeah, man, yeah, just do it. What about if we do like 10 minutes of class? Because there is no more time. But we can do 10 minutes of class. We can do one exercise just to feel a little bit accomplished today as a teacher. Okay, just like let me okay, let me get this. Okay, but we're gonna do some exercises about present perfect and past. Okay, let's do the exercise. I like this one because it got pictures, and I like pictures. Okay, so can you see it? Yes.
Yes, I can.
Okay, very good. So let's see. In the first one, I can get in. So it's a reality. It's a present. It's a present effect or a present result. So you're not gonna say I lost my keys in the past. You're gonna say I've lost my keys because it's affecting my present. What happened in the past is affecting my present. That's one of the things. Okay. In the second one, okay, the second one. What do you think it is? The office is empty. So it's a present thing.
The people has gone.
Okay, everybody.
Ah, everybody has gone.
Okay, everybody has gone home. Has gone home. Very good. Yeah. Okay. All right. In number 3. Okay. I meant to call you last night, but
But I forgot.
but I forgot. Very good. Excellent. Just past simple. What about this one? Number 4.
Feeling. If she's been to Egypt for a holiday, but she's back in home in England. Am I right? I'm not sure.
Okay, look at that. She's back home in England now. Just she's not in Egypt anymore.
No.
Okay, so the action is over.
Elaine went to Egypt for a holiday,
Yeah. All
but
right.
she's back home in England now. Is that right?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
perfect, man. She has gone to Egypt, or actually, oh yeah, I need to remind you this. She has gone to Egypt for a holiday. It's fine, but it's much better to say thing here is because it's go and holiday, and usually you can say that, but usually when the people is back and he's not there anymore, you've been to. Helen has been to Egypt for a holiday, has been to Egypt.
That was what I was thinking.
Yeah, there you go. But here it says go, and I should check the answers, but I'm pretty sure you could use been to as better example of gone to. All right, number 5.
Are you okay? Yes, I had a headache, but I'm fine now.
Very good. Past simple. He doesn't have the headache anymore. Okay. Number 6.
Can you help us? Our car has broke down. Has yes, no. Has
Has.
broke down. Broke
What
down.
is it? What is the past perfect of break?
Broke.
Broke is a past simple.
Ah,
Broken.
oh, right. Sorry.
No worries.
Has
No.
broken.
Okay, our car has broken down. Okay, very good. Okay, let's do this one very quick. Did you hear about Sue? She's given
Uh,
up her job. It's fine, yeah, because there's no time. There's no time. There's no time reference from the past, and he's asking about Sue is a present situation. So yeah, you can say she's given up. She's given up her job. Okay, in the second one, then you have to correct it. So either you should say it's okay, or you should correct the sentence. So my mother has grown up in Italy. What do you think is wrong? And what do you think it should be grew?
because she already grew up.
Yeah, very good. She's not growing up. She's probably grown up is the period of becoming child, from going from childhood to adulthood. So our mother must be an adult now. So the process is over. Okay. So how many poems has William Shakespeare written? Is it right or wrong? How many poems has
It's
William
right.
Shakespeare? Is it right?
Well, if he's still alive, it's right.
But he's not. He died
Uh,
like 1980s. In the 1800s.
how many poems had William Shakespeare wrote?
No. What is how would you write that sentence in past simple with the verb write?
Okay. How many poems William Shakespeare wrote?
Wrote. Okay, that is okay, but it's not a question. How do you make past simple questions?
Oh my God.
How many poems? Then the
How
auxiliary.
many poems did William Shakespeare write?
Very good. Excellent. Very good. All right. Oh, I've cut my finger. It's bleeding. What did you say? Is right? Is okay?
No, it's wrong
What do you
because
think? Juan?
it's present. I've cut it my finger.
What? The Do you think the verb is incorrect or what?
Yes, the verb.
Well,
I,
no,
I
actually,
no, I had cut it.
I had.
I
That's
had
past, that's
no.
past perfect. Okay. Yo me he cortado el dedo y me está sangrando, o yo me corté el dedo y me está sangrando. What do you think it is? Present perfect or past?
Oh my God. It's past. I cut
Past.
my finger. I cut
Okay.
it my finger. It's bleeding. Me corté el dedo y está sangrando.
All right. Yeah. Well, it's not technically wrong. Okay. The correct way, or the most grammatical way, is this one. So in theory, it's okay. The sentence is correct. Two reasons. Two main reasons. One, it has a present effect. It is bleeding. Okay. So it's a present. It's an evident. It's a result. Happened in the past, and it's just and it has an effect in the present. So you use present perfect. But I want to be clear with this. Is you know it's not a big mistake if you say I cut my finger and it's bleeding. There's no problem, especially in American English. they don't bother much about that kind of differentiation. But in British English and in grammatical terms, yes, it has an effect in the present. It has a present result. It's bleeding, so it doesn't matter if it happens in past, because it has a result or an effect, or has affected the present, and the present is my finger is bleeding. Okay, so that's it, but don't worry about it because it's not a big mistake in that case. Okay, drugs. Number 5, drugs. Can you read?
Drugs. Drugs have. I don't know if it's right or wrong that sentence. Drugs have become. Drug has become a big problem everywhere.
Drugs has?
Have. Yes, I think so.
No,
Have.
no, actually, no, it's fine. This
It's
one is
fun.
fine. Drugs. Yeah, plural. Yeah. Drugs and plural. Drugs have become a big problem everywhere. Oh, especially
Okay,
because
when it's single is has, and when it's plural is have, right?
yeah, totally, totally. Yes,
Okay.
there you go. So drugs have could become a big problem in everywhere. Yes, it doesn't mention any time reference from the past, so there is no reason to believe that it's past simple. So we 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 favor the present perfect construction. Um, okay, who has invented paper? Who has invented paper? Is it okay or is it wrong?
Um, it's right.
Yes.
Yes.
Uh, but why? I think the person who invented the paper is dead, long dead. I don't think I think he died long time ago. So I don't think it's present perfect because the person who actually did it is dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Who had invented paper?
Who invented? Who invented?
Had
Yeah. Remember
take
has?
up the auxiliary.
No, it doesn't because it's a subject question, meaning that we it's an information question, but it's asking for the subjects. Okay, so we don't know it. And these sentences, they don't take on auxiliaries, or they don't take on auxiliaries like do, did, and does. And they don't do inversions because they do inversions with the auxiliary, so they don't do inversions anyway, either way. Okay, so these are called subject questions. uh you know what, I'm just gonna propose you something. If you I have one last class because these guys from the other group couldn't 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 have the class today. They are super busy, and they have been canceling all the time. So I promised them because I wanted to do. I mean, I think the whole thing is over, but I want to do the 16 sessions as I promised you. I wanna deliver my promises. So I'm just gonna have the class with them on Wednesday. If you wanna, if you can join us,
Yeah. Yeah.
would you like to join us? Okay, good.
Yeah.
And I will finish with finish this paper. We'll finish these yeah, these how could I do this?
Exercise.
Yeah, I could finish this exercise, and we can approach the subject questions. If you remind me, subject questions. Okay, so many of those is when you ask who or uh, what, and how many, sometimes how many. Uh, there you go. I can think who's also who's, but these are tricky. Why? Because they don't take on auxiliaries like do, did, and does. They don't do inversions. So you in the example that we had, like who has invented paper, if we had the inversion, it would be has who invented paper, which makes absolutely no sense. So they don't take on inversions like subject auxiliary or subject verb inversions, because there is no subject. The subject is what we're asking about. We don't know that. That's a piece of information that we don't have. And they usually they are assumed to be third person. Okay, so for example, in that case again, who has invented paper, so you use has as it who was the third person. It could have been many people, but we assume it's third person singular. Okay, if you say it is exactly like we do it in Spanish. We say, for example, if we're asking quién llamó. Okay, uh, mi hermana llamó. ¿Quién llamó? El verbo no cambia. Solo reemplazas mi hermana, que es lo que no sé, por quién, que es lo que quiero saber. Pero el verbo no cambia. Más o menos funciona de la misma manera en inglés. Que you replace the subject because that's the information that you don't have, and you use third person. You use third person, even if the answer is you don't know what the answer would be, but even if the answer is plural or is the second person, it doesn't matter. You use third person. You don't do inversions, because usually inversions are subject auxiliary, and the subject is still what we don't know, so we don't do it. Okay, I have a small presentation about that topic. So if you wanna join us in the next Wednesday for the last session, and we can finish the present perfect topic, which has been a nightmare, because they had been canceling the class, and we can, if you remind me of the topic, I can give you a small exercises for that, subject questions. Anyway, just type it, or Google it, subject questions, and you will find lots of information, and probably will be better informed. If you still want to have some exercises to practice in the next class, you remind me and I'll find it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, man. Thank you very much. It was a very long class, and a very interesting conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, but they at what time?
That's the thing, that we usually meet at four.
Four.
At 4 on Wednesday. Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Okay.
So we'll meet then.
It was very interesting as always, and
Yeah.
I enjoy it a lot as always I do. And well, I see you on Wednesday.
I'll see you on Wednesday. I hope everything goes fine, because sometimes the connection is bothering me. But this time the connection was very steady. Okay, so see you on Wednesday, and I'm happy this is not the last class with you, man, because I really enjoyed
Yeah.
the conversation. Probably we wouldn't be able to talk as much, because there are more people and it's more difficult to keep these long conversations, and
Yeah.
like these ping pong conversations, which are really really interesting, very good for practice. Actually, I get to practice my English a lot with you, man. 'Cause I
Me
get to
too.
talk about really interesting topics. I don't have to dumb down my English or anything, so I just can speak freely about many topics. So I like these interactions, man. Okay,
It's
man.
because tomorrow I have sorry, I have the final exam of English conversation, and it's an encounter through Skype about the IELTS. So it's good to me to practice with you because
Yeah, it's great. It's great that you get to practice today. Anyway, one thing you could do before that is watch watch some videos in English, any English that you like, or any videos that you like, and paraphrase some of the things. It helps you out to warm up your your mouth and your tongue. And
Well, well, every day I listen to a radio from London. It's about um, well, it's a talk radio, and it's very good. And I also I watch the series of King Wolf in English without subs, as you said,
yeah.
and that's helping me. And I also every day I read 5 pages of the book in English, and that is helping me.
Okay, very good. That there you go. Yes. Also, I try to do that before I have the encounters. I try to watch some videos and paraphrase. I try to speak, and sometimes I make long monologues or I talk to the cats. It also helps. So she doesn't judge me. That's a good thing. Yeah. Okay, man. So I'll see you on Wednesday. I'm actually really glad that I will see you on Wednesday. So I'm happy this is not the last encounter, and I hope it's not. It's not going to be. Probably we won't meet on that regular basis, but we will meet every now and then through Skype or through Hangouts to talk about things, to practice our English. Sometimes I need to. Okay.
Okay, thank you, and have a good rest of the weekend, and God bless you. Bye,
God bless
buddy.
you, mate.
Forever.
Good luck. Good luck with your exam tomorrow and everything, man. I hope it all works out. Okay. See you, mate.
Bye.
Take care, man.
Thanks.